Well, a developing story, one we've been following in the Furman community, is remembering a student who passed away over the weekend at Hilton Head. Caroline Smith died at an off-campus event on Saturday. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office now investigating her death. They say she was at a party and suddenly collapsed after complaining of not feeling well. Her boyfriend was there and told investigators he performed CPR. But Caroline was pronounced dead when EMS arrived to that scene. Tonight, we're hearing from the university and Caroline's friend, who tells us she's still in shock about her death.
You can imagine she is. And Fox Carolina's Brookley Cromer is live in the newsroom tonight. So, Brookley, I can imagine this has been so difficult for her loved ones. What are they telling you about Caroline?
Well, Caroline's friend tells me she was kind, sweet, and generous, and she says she always had a smile on her face. And as her friends and students at Furman are trying to cope with her loss, there's still so many unanswered questions about what happened to the 20-year-old. Those who knew and loved Caroline Smith are trying to piece together what happened after the Furman student collapsed and died at an off-campus event in Hilton Head over the weekend.
Nobody's deserving of it, but she was the least deserving of going through anything like this, and we're all going to miss her so much.
Kat Goldman and Caroline became friends in high school, and though they went to separate universities, they still stayed in touch. Kat says Caroline was the type of friend anyone would be lucky to have.
She was kind every chance she got. And there aren't too many people who are as bright and shiny as her. She always had a smile on her face. She was always laughing.
Kat says she got the call from another friend and could hardly believe what she was told.
There's no way. She's perfectly healthy. She was the type of girl that did half marathons and stuff. She was working out every day. She was so in shape.
The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office says Caroline was at a party and suddenly collapsed after she complained of not feeling well. Family told deputies there was alcohol at the party, but no drugs were used. The 20-year-old was pronounced dead after EMS got to the scene.
This is a deeply painful time for our community. Everyone is hurting. Caroline had deep and wide connections across campus, and so we really have a high number of students, staff, and faculty who are impacted.
Reverend Kate Tabor is the associate chaplain at Furman University. She says Caroline's death has had a major impact on the entire Furman community, and only time will help heal after this unthinkable loss.
She was involved in faith groups and extracurriculars, and not only the people who knew her in those capacities, but across her class and more broadly, considered her a friend and feel deeply impacted by this loss.
Caroline's funeral is on Saturday at 10:30 at Holy Spring Catholic Church in Atlanta. And Furman is also planning a vigil for Caroline. They're finalizing the details right now, but it will likely be sometime in the next week. Diana?
So, Brooklyn, do we have any details at all about the cause of Caroline's death? It seems so unusual for someone who is in shape, like her friend said, and at such a young age.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And at this point, the cause and manner of death are still under investigation, and it could take weeks for test results to come back. And coming up in the next hour, we're talking to a mom who lost her son during a fraternity event at Clemson almost 5 years ago. Hear what she has to say about this unthinkable tragedy tonight at 11. Live in the newsroom, Brookley Cromer, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.